If they gave examples, if they'd talk for a little while and then give an example or show an example, that was helpful for me.
When I go into a school where we have really competent teachers who have never worked with children with fetal alcohol syndrome before or don't understand the disability, the kinds of things I hear from those teachers are they feel like failures, they're frustrated, they don't understand what's going on, and often they think the child is trying to do this stuff intentionally to them because they don't know what else to think. And when they begin to understand the disability, they realize that the child's behavior and academic problems are coming from brain damage, not from the teacher's, inability to teach.
Here are some ways to help you effectively communicate with a child with FAS. Make eye contact. For children with FAS, their attention is where their eyes are. Keep your directions short and simple. Children with short-term memory problems get lost if you ask for too many things at once. Here, Jacqueline models the wrong way to give a direction.
Now, Bradley, I would like you to get up and get the paper, the pencil, and the books and pass them out to all the students, all right?
Watch what happens when she simplifies her request.
Bradley, I'd like you to go over to the table and get the pencils and pass them out to your classmates.
I think one of the most important things for elementary teachers to remember when teaching students with fetal alcohol syndrome is keep it concrete. So when you say get ready for recess or get ready for lunch, we need to teach those strategies or teach the steps of how we're going to get ready for recess. We're going to put our papers away or put our pencils in the right place and then line up. Keep the steps short and simple as well.
It's easy to get into kind of that teacher mode where you say too much, especially when you're kind of setting the scene for a lesson. Sometimes you want to give the whole demonstration. And for some kids, certainly that works, but for kids with fetal alcohol syndrome, they just get lost in the verbiage. And you really need to break it down and kind of talk a bit, do a bit, talk a bit, do a bit.
And show
keep
them.
check,
yes,
and
showing,
involve them.
Children with fetal alcohol syndrome have a really hard time with abstract concepts, so it's really important that we turn as many things as possible into concrete.
Tuesdays are always going to be brown.
You talk about words that have different meaning, like the color blue. I'm feeling kind of blue today.
Yes, okay.
Well, I don't look blue. So I think those are words you have to be very careful. Words have multiple meaning or slang or, will you please go help him? Help him do, what does help mean? So you have to be very specific at what you're asking a child to do. When I say go help, I would like you to maybe pick up the piece of paper on the floor. It's helping him or her. So I think we just have to be very literal.
Here are some additional tips to help you avoid communication problems. Demonstrate what you want whenever possible. State your request positively. Tell the child what you want him to do, not what you don't want him to do. For example, say walk instead of don't run. Recognize that behaviors are a form of communication. Facial expressions, body language, and even challenging behaviors can be attempts to communicate what the child is unable to put into words.